Millions of dollars missing from a Milwaukee company. An employee charged with stealing a staggering sum of money. How deep the fraud at Koss Corporation goes is something investigators are still deciphering. Only on Fox 6, your inside look at how they do it and how they think one employee made off with millions. By all counts,
she just came walking in.
Sachdeva loves clothes.
We met her through a fashion show.
And has a certain style.
And had an eye for, great things.
A certain expensive style. The problem is, the U.S. government says the millions she spent on clothes at this Mequon boutique and others weren't hers.
Just shocked. We had no idea.
And neither apparently did her employer, Koss Corporation in Milwaukee. Sachdeva, the philanthropic socialite vice president of finance for the headphone maker, had allegedly been lining her silk pockets for years. $1 million here, $1 million there.
She had apparently a really good scheme going on.
As much as $31 million before she was finally caught.
It's a big dollar amount.
The inside job, the employee or the volunteer or investor who skims and scams and makes off with loads of money. And when it happens,
it involves secrets and people want to know. It's a mystery.
John Peters' job is to solve those mysteries.
It's hands-on work.
Peters and his team,
this is a new theft claim,
are forensic accountants.
It's not something I can sit in a bar and talk to somebody about because sometimes it involves neighbors, friends, and or local businesses.
When a case like Koss comes up, forensic accountants come in and try to make sense of the mess and find the missing money.
It would go from, just somebody taking money from a soda machine to large-scale corporate theft.
They try to answer how much is missing.
How long has this been going on?
Who was involved?
Does it involve multiple levels?
How was it done?
Who touches the money?
And where did the money go?
You're looking for anything that helps you in the process.
In the Koss case of Sachdeva, her alleged embezzlement was finally discovered when American Express got suspicious about money she was moving around and contacted the company. And now it appears she'd been doing it for years. But you have to wonder, how could she get away with it? How could someone siphon off more than $30 million from a fairly small company and not get noticed?
This woman had entire control over the accounting function.
Forensic accountant Tracy Coenen has written books on the subject and has a theory that Sachdeva exaggerated the cost of raw materials for the company and then helped herself to the extra cash.
Initially, the fraud started out the first year somewhere around $1 million or $2 million. And so that's really the amount that she has to hide that first year.
Coenen believes Sachdeva then baked the fraud right into the books.
And then the next year, she stole $3 million. Well, she's already got the original $2 million built into their financial statements. She now only has to explain an extra $1 million. Costs kept going up.
And so the incremental fraud grows year after year, large enough to make millions, but precise enough to avoid the eyes of auditors.
She knows what they're going to ask for. She knows what kind of dollar figures raise red flags for them, what kinds of documentation they ask for.
Now, forensic accountants are picking apart every dollar Koss Corporation has made, spent, saved, and distributed in recent years to pinpoint Sachdeva's plan. It's a painstaking process, poring over bank records and balance sheets, searching for the proverbial needle in a haystack, recreating the cash flow, and assessing why things don't add up. It takes
an ability to understand a contradiction. You need to have a good gut instinct.
And precision.
If you take an electronic copy of a particular hard drive and you accidentally hit the spacebar, thereby inserting a byte of information onto the drive, then you've corrupted the information and that evidence cannot be presented in a court of law.
When the evidence in the Sachdeva case comes out in federal court, the fingerprints of forensic accountants will be all over it. And Dr. Mashah says all the white-collar crime in the news lately is ramping up interest in forensic accounting at Marquette. And just one more thing to point out, the forensic accountants we interviewed for this story are not directly involved in the Koss investigation.
But it's very interesting in what they have to do. I mean, you can really call that busy work. just
Yeah.
going and tracing the numbers and where
But
it
it's
came
got to be
from.
rewarding, too, when it all comes together and you realize, here's the answer.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.